Okay, I was on TikTok for a while. I thought I would come over here. Divine Feminine's wrath has been provoked. I can say it's definitely going down in the ethers and the astral realms. And chances are it's something to do with all of these karmic people that have been surrounding the Divine Feminine's life. And maybe it's been the last straw of them trying to break her and whatever it is that they've been on. But apparently they didn't evoke this upon themselves. So whatever has happened, Divine Feminine, if you stumble across this, whenever you do, it's for you. The things I talk about, it's all timeless. It's meant for you when it's meant for you, if it applies to you. Sit back and watch now. Okay? Whatever fun and entertainment, whatever they've been able to constantly steal, taint, whatever that has been, their laughter or smiles or enjoyment is about to turn into sorrow, mourning, and grief if it hasn't already by the time you see this. Yes, sir. They've evoked it, Divine Feminine. Your patience has run thin, and you've evoked something in the ethers. It's run thin dealing with these trickster, weirdo bitches and niggas, these snakes, these toxic family members, dark practitioners, radical groups and all these things. Your wrath has been evoked. Your patience has ran out. So chances are it's not going to even matter. Like there may be a lot of casualties in this case due to the nature of what these people have been doing and continue to do. So I wouldn't be surprised. Divine Feminine, just sit back and watch now. You did something in the ethers that says, bring it down or I will. Shit. Bring it down or I will. These people are lunatics. And I think you have grown disgusted. Some of you may even be saying, why are they allowed to breathe? They're a waste. They're taking up precious air. There could be people who, that thing that went down. It's like, why are they here? Why are they're useless. They're useless. They're taking up air. Not that it's not enough, but I can see why Divine Feminine is like, no, enough. We're enough. Enough. It's time to deal with these snakes. It's time to go ahead and deal with these snakes, these lizards. It's time to go ahead and deal with them, these tricksters. And I think the judgment is going off in the ethers right now. Then these people that's been swarming you, these karmics, karmic family, karmic exes, karmic friends, karmic radical groups, these weirdos. Hell bent on stealing, harassing, being weird, infiltrating. It's like they laughing, they better be crying. If some of them are crying today. And it's just the beginning of mourning for them. Because again, it's these cycles, and they can't. They're karmic. They're karmic. They provoked it. Sit back and watch. Crazy asses. I wanted to come on here because I was on TikTok. It was storming. It's calming down now, but I tell you what, out of nowhere, it just like, duh, and it was probably when Divine Feminine went, enough. Let's see if they laugh at that, nigga. See if they laugh at that shit, motherfucker. Enough. People who can't, they just can't help themselves. It was lightning coming in 4 directions. I saw it hit. I was like, what the hell is happening here? Anyway, Divine Feminine, if you come on this video at some point, whenever you do click on here, then it might be for you. Sit back and watch now. Shh. I saw the lightning when I said that. Well, all I can say, Fem, is, well, they wanted to know. And now they will. There it is. It's like, now they will. Like, well. If only. And that's not your jurisdiction, dear. I had to learn this too. Oh, you can't help those who can't be helped. You can't help those who think they don't need it due to their ignorance. You can't help some are hell-bent on being toxic and staying toxic. Okay. And let them. Weirdos, they're weird. I scratch my head almost daily. I'm like, they're weird. That's just weird. They're weird. These motherfuckers are weird. And not in the cool weird. Like, we all have our cool weirdness. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something wrong with them. And these be some of the people who play real professional for the right people, but still there's something wrong with them. And y'all know who that is. Y'all know who those people are. Them, the snakes, the lizards, slithering around corners and walls. You know, this is gonna be good. I'm gonna hate to say it, I told you. A lot of casualties. You couldn't avoid it, feminine. They wouldn't allow you to. So unfortunately, there's going to be innocent casualties. They wouldn't allow you to. Little kids, they hit me. That's what a lot of them going to be running around doing and saying, well, that's what happens, John. You don't keep your hands to yourself, dear. That's what happens, hun. We've been trying to teach you this for some time. Keep your hands to yourself unless you want an ass whooping. We've been trying. We've been trying to teach you this for some time. Don't do baneful working on somebody unless you're ready to get your head to spin. We have been trying to tell you this for some time. So you're missing the whole lesson, dear. We did teach you. We've tried. Okay. We said that, well, someday, dear. Okay. One day you're going to tell one too many lies. You're going to play one too many tricks. And your ass going to get got, John. We've been trying to tell you. It's going to hurt you and your family, John. Yes, John. We've been trying to tell you that one day you're going to do that fucked up shit to the wrong motherfucker. And that one way or the other, they going to make sure you're dealt with. One way or the other. You tried, Fem. You tried. So I just want you to know that, hey, what you are witnessing or will be witnessing, remind yourself that you know, people opt to continue to try you. They opt to continue to fuck with your life and your energy. So whatever wrath you've incurred on these people, tell yourself it's deserving, because they did not allow, by way of their choices and the way they move, their willful choices against you, they wouldn't allow that. They wouldn't allow space. If they would have left you and your life alone, they would have had ample opportunities. This might not even be. We might not even be having this conversation. But because they couldn't. And what I mean by that is whether they keep going around trying to gossip and create problems for you wherever you go, whether that is having, people stalking you and following you around, whether that is infiltrating your business, stealing your ideas, whatever ways, and in some cases doing the baneful spell work on you and your children, whatever ways these people they couldn't. They couldn't stop. So Divine Feminine, just know they, these people, they wouldn't have had it any other way. They don't know the decent route. So whatever happens to them happens to them. They brought it on themselves. Feminine, you say, well, I don't get it. It's simple, Bloomy. Why is it so difficult? It's simple, Bloomy. So you mean to tell me they don't know how to just leave people alone? You are correct. They do not. Not when it comes to you. They don't. They do not know how to leave people alone. That you're correct. That is the most right thing that you have said, the most accurate, correct thing you have thought or said. Correct. They do not know how to leave people alone. Namely, they do not know how to leave you alone or your children. They don't know how to stop trying to steal from you. They don't know how to stop stalking you. They don't know how to stop trying to do spell work on you. They don't know how to stop trying to be a problem for you. They don't know how to stop. They don't know how to stop. They don't know how to stop. They don't know how to stop trying to infiltrate your life, trying to get in your energy when you said, sayonara, nigga, bitch. Take your happy ass on and be where the fuck, you know what I'm saying? I know some of y'all feel like that. Y'all like, put niggas. Didn't everybody make their life choices? What is this incessantness, right? They don't know how. They don't know how. Now I saw the lightning again. They don't. So what they evoked is justice, and it's warranted. Is it going to be sad and unfortunate in some cases for? Yeah, it is. It is. They don't know how to stop lying on your name. They don't know how to stop scapegoating you. They don't know how to stop trying to mimic you and be you while get rid of you. They don't know how to stop. They don't know how to stop watching you on social media. They don't know how to stop running their mouth about you. They don't know how to stop trying to steal your essence. They don't know how to stop. They don't know how to stop trying to benefit off of you while equally not liking you. They don't know how to stop. So whatever happens to these people, they brought it on themselves. Whatever wrath they didn't woken up in the ethers pertaining to you. And whatever they did, so remind yourself when you sit back and watch, it's going to be sad in some cases because, again, remind yourself they should have stopped. They should have stopped lying. They should have stopped pretending. They should have stopped gossiping. They should have stopped playing these games. They should have stopped. They should have went on with their lives. For some of you that, it's some of that. Like they should have just went on as this pertains to, whoever, from ex-lovers, families, they should have stopped. They should have stopped lying. But see, here's the problem. The reason why a lot of this continues to go on, because these are people who can't be accountable. This is the definition of toxicity. It's the definition of narcissism. They cannot be accountable to their actions. So it's almost like they have to continue the lie. They have to keep the lie alive, because to not keep the lie alive would be to then be accountable and own up to the truth, which means it'll put them in an imposition, which in turn means they keep trying to hold on to a faulty foundation at your expense. So the wrath has been occurred because it's like, okay, well, so when you sit back and you watch or you get word, they deserve it. This, I'm gonna say it again, this could be bosses, exes, leaders, family, anybody. If they were a part of some fuckery on any level, they couldn't stop. They couldn't stop trying to set you up. They couldn't stop trying to trap you up. They couldn't stop trying to humiliate you on false, bogus shit because they don't want to own up to their shit. They couldn't stop. So remind yourself, take some deep breaths. When this all comes out, when you see it or you get the words about what's happening or will happen to them and theirs, take some deep breaths. Sigh and say, well, They should have just left me alone. They should have just left you alone. And that's the simplest truth ever. They should have just left your life alone altogether. And I mean altogether, not this passive aggressive, on a technicality. I'm not, like that 3-year-old kid with their hand in your face when you're a kid. I'm not touching you. I'm not that retarded, childish shit. I mean, in totality, these people should have left you alone. They should have went on with their lives, their prospective lives in their own energy, minding themselves, cultivating, building off of themselves. They should have went on fully and kept their mouth, their hands, their rituals, their spells, their plots, and their schemes off of you. If they were smart, that's what they would have done. They would have kept their spells off of you, for sure. They would have kept their spells off of your children. They would have kept y'all's mouths, y'all's names out of their mouths. Unless it was for honor, they would have ceased trying to figure out ways to steal. They would have put an end to all of that shenanigans. They would have stopped stalking. They would have stopped paying people to stalk. They would have stopped all of that. They would have stopped trying to interfere on any level. They would have stopped their weirdo, retarded wizard shit. They would have stopped. If they cared about themselves and their children, and they didn't. And they didn't. So let them feel it. Let them experience it full throttle. Because larger than life people, that's the only way to go. Is that a bat, nigga? What the hell? What is that? Okay. Okay. I don't know what that was. Ah. Let them experience it. Okay. We've all encountered some of them types at some point. Y'all know. People who think they poopy smell like Snickers. Y'all know. We all done came across those types. Some of us is in our own blood. Or places we grew up with. People, places. Because people had their head on swole. Those are the types that you have to allow. That's the only way. It's like the bully of all bullies, if you will. The bully of all bullies is going to take more than somebody just saying, oh, telling them, oh, getting in their face or doing what nobody else in the schoolyard will do. Nobody will ever say anything. And then the one person is like, but for the bullies of bullies, it's going to take something more than that. As methodical as these types of energies get, to get to you is going to be as methodical as your wrath destroying them. That's what it's going to take. That's the only thing that's going to bring those types of bullies down to their knees. Again, because they're larger than life. So you're going to have to match it. They're larger than life. They know this one and that one, and they've been doing this and that since this and when. So it's going to have to match. That's the only thing. We've seen it in movies. It's the only thing that gets to them. And in those moments, you say, you should have left me alone. Everybody wants to call you a big old meanie, Divine Feminine. This is where it ends up. This is where it ends. As long as you were slurpy, sugar, milk toast, ass kissing, people pleasing, as long as you were super compliable, to the detriment of yourself even, as long as that was the case, as long as you allowed people to abuse you, as long as you allowed people, you know what I'm saying, to do the things, it's fine. But the moment the wrath of you is incurred, it's almost like everybody responds a certain way. Like, now you're the meanie. The bullies got the audacity to call someone else mean. Right? The bullies, the good-for-nothing, self-centered, selfish pricks got the nerve to call somebody else mean. You're mean then. When your emotion ain't, oh, I'll triage. It's okay. As long as you're not in that helper energy, then you're mean. When that assertive, that strength comes forth, like, look, fuck around. Just as much as I'm sweet, I can kill you. I can hurt you. Yes, I can. If it warrants. Okay, we're not gonna do that. When you get there, you mean, you toxic, you're all these things that they are every day of their life, because they spend their time stalking people, micromanaging, stealing, causing harm to innocent lives. They live their whole life like that, pushing people around under their fake authority. They live their whole lives like that. But when you get strength in you and you exude and allow that to come forth, oh my God, oh, that's so toxic. They need to go. That's toxic. You wouldn't know toxic if it was spelled for you. Because you live with it every day of your life. You're fucking it now. You gave it a position of authority. You wouldn't know toxic. So don't bite that. I'm saying that all to say is, don't bite that. It's bullshit. Blame shifting. It's an attempt to get you to cower or take down or be sweet and nice. Not everything warrants sweet and nice, though. That's not balance in and of itself, to be frank. That's another kind of conditioning and programming, too. Not everything warrants that. Playing with your life shouldn't be taken lightly. You know what I'm saying? People that's trying to either make you go crazy or seem crazy, those things shouldn't be taken lightly because, again, unfortunately, just because most of the world don't understand that that's actually abuse and it creates the very things that everybody likes to talk about, oh, mental health and all that. Yeah, because you're letting crazies loose to do shit to create that. So adjustment to our behavior and responses are warranted based on. So don't swallow that bullshit either. Some of this stuff is the continual attempt to try to label you or stigmatize you or to get you. That's why they'll come in on that sappy bullshit. You see straight through it now, feminine. They'll do some shit on you and then say, oh, they'll be doing some shit in the background and then come to you, oh, are you okay? I know that your health and your well-being is of importance. Can I say that you're not, okay? What are they doing? What are they trying to do with that? Projecting their mental illness. Projecting their incompetence. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised unless the hoe is asleep. One of them may be here now. I'm sure, if not now, they will see it. Listen, you're not mean, divine feminine. I hope you know that. You're not mean. You're definitely not crazy. Toxic people, that's their go-to card. They're crazy, right? Anything to deflect off of your retarded ass. You just ain't taking no shit. And people that are used to you taking shit has the biggest problem with it. This includes ex-lovers and anybody who was used to old versions of you that continue to turn a blind eye to people's lack of investments in you, lack of honoring you, in some cases, downright abuse. And then when you're gone and wish to have nothing to do with, it's almost like they special needs, yellow bus, heat, helmet. Short yellow bus. Because all of a sudden you don't understand. Yeah, they do. You're not mean. You're not extra. The most extra bitches be running around, extra niggas and bitches be running around talking about somebody extra. That trips me out too. I'm like, ain't this about a bitch? This crazy fool. Talking about you extra. That's another ticket that the abusers use. Anything to not be accountable to their own lack of maturation. Anything to cover up their own slithery, snaky ways. You're being extra. You're just trying to get attention. You're bored. Yeah, keep deflecting. Keep stacking it up. Because the wrath has been occurred. There are people that might be, as I'm speaking, or all in a matter of, I think earlier it was 9 days or 4 weeks, or I forget the dates or the amount of time. People that done robbed y'all's divine feminine from way back when. And when I say robbed, I'm saying in so many different ways, and they who did it, they know full well what I'm talking about. And some of these people are getting it because they couldn't even just drop it there. That was bad enough. Whatever that was, however eons ago, like it, they didn't allow that to drop their injustices towards you. As you all came out of holes that people never thought you to crawl out of, as you all came out of traps as people thought you would never make it out of, as you all came through the darkest seasons that have been already pre-manufactured based on all of the betrayals done to you, as you pulled and created and used all of that trash ass nigga bitch raggedy sorry son of a fake fuck useless cunt energy. They're thirsty. These are some insatiable, bottomless pit demons. That's what they are. And I'm not speaking, don't go there with me. I'm not on the religious trip. Most of them people on that religious shit be the ones full of the shit I'm talking about. Full of demons, entities. Bottomless pit. So they wanted more of your essence, more of your energy, because they dried up demons. Them and they trash bag hoes that they hook up with as it pertains to men. Or they toxic families that was all too okay with the bullshit. Like whatever all that was. They have they're bottomless pits. That's something else I've learned. It's like greed is an understatement. That's true. It's correct. It's greed, but it's deeper. Because you can be greedy. I'm saying it's deeper because you can be greedy and still not violate people. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you just look at the definition of greed, you can be greedy and still not cross over into baneful, toxic, nefarious dealings because of it. And that's what you've dealt with, Divine Feminines. It was beyond greed. It was sickness. It's entitlement. It's objectification of you as a person, you and your children, to such a degree that they feel superior to and more important than, to the extent in which they feel all right with continuing to steal from you or yours for themselves with their dried up, sorry asses. So the ref, these are ones that may be getting it the strongest. It depends. Some of you, it's relatives that's going to get hit pretty damn hard, because that's supposed to be the place. Ideally, that's the place that's supposed to be the foundations and origins of a sacred, safe space for you. And instead, it was a place of abuse. Sick, makes my stomach hurt. It does. But these are covert narcissists, so they have this fake ass look, which is even more sickening to me. They might get it the hardest. They might. And then some of these famous people, like there's a whole slew of shit that I think is going down right now. Because again, this entitlement, this overinflated sense of importance and grandeur, it'll be better use with me. Nigga, please. That's why I say these people are demons. Some people get offended by it. I'm like, I'm not on religious, so I'm not one of these radicals running around here chasing people and shit. Motherfucker. I ain't one of these motherfuckers out here, you know what I'm saying? Standing in front of people's houses and businesses and shit. Being weird. Creepy people coming at, get your creepy ass. Oh man, a couple months ago, I think I was on one. I was like, don't bring you. I was waiting because they was being weird and creepy. Don't bring your ass. As soon as they came, as soon as they came right there, I was like, nope. They looked at me, I looked at them, and I said, nope. I sure did. I was like, in other words, I wanted them to have the vibrational signal. Get your ass on. Don't come up here. With that, the ladder, with the white shirts. It's weird and creepy. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. I only said all that to say, because that's not me. I'm not the type that's on that, like, oh, you know, you're a demon because you're not holding to what I believe. And, you know, no, I'm calling demonic behavior what it is, no matter who the fuck they think they are and what they call themselves. No matter what their credentialings are, no matter how many fucking, you know, shit, sermons, bitch, and fucking, I'm calling behavior. So these people are demon possessed. Yes, sir. Because again, who sits back and make that kind of judgment call without being demon possessed? We already done wronged this little girl. We done this since they was a teenager. And her baby. We a bunch of sorry motherfuckers, and we finna get our asses fucked up good and plenty for it. Who does that? I talk about this stuff a lot because it's common. It's definitely common, in my culture. But it's common all around, baby. I see white trash every day. I deal with it. I experience white supremacists and people that's one paycheck away from, being homeless, but they acting like they highfalutin. I deal with that shit. So I'm not implying that any other culture or race is better than when I say, especially my culture. The only reason why I say my culture is because I understand the struggle and pain of my own culture and what we come from. And I know what created certain ways about us, what was shaping into us. And I also know as a result of what it got some of us into because of it. So it becomes, I don't want to be poor. To such an extent that we sacrifice our own people. And we convince ourselves, we buy into the bullshit, and we convince ourselves that we're going to make it up, and then we'll do some kind of memorial shit. Just like I was watching the video with that I was going Victorious, like changing the words and stuff for me and my son. And I was watching like the actual video of it. And I think he was dead at that time. Or he might have had recently died or something like that. Because at the end, like he wasn't in the video. They had his picture up. Like they had this really big, huge, you know what I'm saying? And I think that a lot, and that's a lot of the ways that some of our culture, first and foremost, trying to get people off the track that we are sorry nigga, huh? That we are sorry bitch, and that we trash, and that and that our asses has something to do with it. So you put up this big old picture. I'm Memorial UC. We celebrating it. Yeah, because you're guilty as fuck, for. You're guilty, bitch. But I believe that that's the way a lot of my culture gets hooked. And not, I'm talking about possibly since even before I was born. Back in the day when black artists, you know what I'm saying, was coming up and, whoop. I believe it was a lot of that. People didn't want to be poor no more. Tired of struggling, tired of not having, and looking for a ticket. And if it couldn't be basketball, if it couldn't be football, if it couldn't be, you know what I'm saying, some of those things, a sport, and even in that case, it's like, okay, if you want a shot, what are you willing to do for that? What are you willing to do to get you here? To get you here. And like Machiavellian, many of our people would say within themselves, one way or the other, the ends justify the means. We'll sacrifice the weak. Who are they to determine who's weak? Whether that's a young person, a disabled person, or somebody that they feel they don't know who gave them that assignment. That's why I'm like, these sick fucks, as far as I'm concerned. We'll sacrifice the weak for the greater. And who said the greater? The greater your wallet, nigga. That's what you really should be saying. For the greater. For the good of most, we'll give to, we'll do a memorial and we'll give to the autisms of society, America, bitch. And we'll give to the old people of Help Them group. And we'll, do all these donations and all these charities. And that's that guilt. The Boys and Girls Club, the Make-A-Wish Foundation, we'll donate our time, and once we make it, we'll give charity to the homeless women's, the yeah, we'll do that. These are trash bags. Our own people. Our culture. You'll be able to help the rest of the family. All this ego stuff. You'll be able to, you sacrifice the one for the many until it's them being sacrificed, and then it's a change of tune. Until they got it, until it's something they didn't want. And now it's a change of tune. Oh my God, it is soul justice is what it is. We don't want to be poor, so we'll lie, steal, and kill for it. They can't even seem to, with all them into that intelligence of theirs, with all that reading of that Bibles, they can't even manage to make sense of that was in their face the whole time. Yet they quote this and they shout this in church, on Facebook, all day long. Because they're not connecting, unconscious. But they do know how to hit a really cool tune, though. The enemy comes but to rob, steal, kill, and destroy. So that means you're the devil. Go ahead and get your Halloween outfit and put it on. It is fitting. Rob, steal, kill, and destroy. 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 Who does it sound like? Christian. Why they go down to the Hall of Records and smudge, pay a nigga to say something else. Mm-hmm. Demons. They demonize you, Divine Feminine. But isn't that even in like the books that they read? That's why I say they all missed it. It's okay. It's all right. They going around acting like demons, conducting and slithering in the shadows. but you're the demon. You're the demon that have been trying to get away from them while they have done nothing but infiltrate you. So who's the demon? Demons are antagonists, low vibrational ones, malevolent demons. They do nothing. They're parasites. They're predators. They're the ones that's always lurking and leeching and hoovering and yeah, yeah. These bodies that have been possessed by these things are going to be the ones who get it the worst, possibly now, because they've been overtaken. They can't help it. And that's how you know when somebody's been overtaken, because it's like if you can't control your capacities, then that's it's something else, bitch. It's something else. I don't know what else to say. I'm like, I don't know what else to tell people. Like, if you can't control, if you are out of control and you can't, I can stop whenever I want to. No, you can't. Because as you're destroying yourself and your family, then you would have. So that means you can't. You can't. And no, this ain't reverse psychology, because here's the deal. One way or the other, all of these beings will be destroyed. For their refusal to not stop. The refusal. It's inevitable. Their own pride and arrogance is going to be their tombstone. Their entitlement, their greed, their tombstone. It's going to be their bankruptcy. It's going to rip at everything that matters. Because that's the judgment that's on them. Feminine, you say, there could have been another way. You are right. But those entities got all of these karmics. They got them. They got them. They got them. They're done. Whoever, as this pertains to if it was people that you were once fond of, okay, I ain't talking about your rando haters that you meet rando out in life. I mean, you don't care about them. But as it pertains to, people that was once in your life, your family, people you grew up with, people you knew, relatives, exes, whatever the case, they're gone. They're gone. Hopefully that helps. You know, if someone did die, you all possibly went through what people don't know that you went through, and it's not really for them to know behind the scene. Because for you, it's it's possibly like triple death, because these are people who turned on you. These are people who, just they partnered with the devil. They sacrificed you for the dysfunction. So you, for you, it's like a kind of a triple death, because you didn't. It wasn't going to happen. There was no opportunity for anything healthy. You didn't get that, and so you had to deal with that kind of death because that was never there. These are people who talked a good game about God and spirituality, but treated you like trash. Sided with your abusers and was one of your abusers at some point. So you mourned that. Hell, you may have even spoken with them, if that's, people don't know. But choices. Some people partnered with the poison that killed them. You know. That's the death of many, and it's going to continue to be. They just don't know it. Possibly until the end, which by then is too late. It could have been another way, but these people are gone. They've been gone. They couldn't they couldn't heal. They just know how to go to church.